Hey, hey, back again. It's math day. Everybody loves math day. Today we are going to try to finish the copper stack. The good news is it is not very cognitively difficult. Oh, I'm glad I did that. A full 30. The bad news is it is very building difficult. Here, let's go get some agitators. I know I'm going to need those. I stared at this problem a bit after last episode, and let me tell you, I did not particularly enjoy what I saw. What does an agitator look like? It look like a peace symbol in a circle kind of thing? You're agitated? Sad thing is we're going to need more. A little bit of foreshadowing there, friends. Alright, so I went as far as watching the previous video to see that previous me was doing the math correctly. And unfortunately, previous me nailed it. And at the end of this giant stack right here, we end up with 25 copper grade 4 a second. Coming out right here, 25. This is um, the bad copper, what is it, dust? Some sort of dust that just needs to be smelted down into copper ore. Anyway, don't think about that. So let's review a little math. We are going to be using a lot of flotation. Here, let's go grab... See, we don't even have to think about this that hard, which is both good and bad. Because if there's no room to think, then there's really no room to maneuver, and that's my entire value to this process. Alright, so right here. What? Where are my bots? No, really, seriously, where are my bots? Am I having a stroke? I just put down a ghost for flotation. Mark 1! They're Mark 1s. Okay, alright, got it. Got it, okay. Jesus, that scared me. Wow. Wow, that was terrifying. Wait a second. Does this change the math a little bit? It does, doesn't it? Hold on, to be continued. Grab the piece. Wow, oh my god, heart attack, almost there. What was going on? The world was not making sense. All was upheaval. Alright, so, yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, so maybe things aren't so bad. Alright, so this is the general line. And we're going to be using this, but we have to expand it out to put in room for beacons, but that's mostly okay-ish. So this is, so 25, 25. Let's go over here. Just put that in the back of your mind for a second. We have 25 copper grade ore a second. Grade 4 ore a second. That has to be turned into copper solution. So we go over here, and once again, 25 divided by 1.5, which is the consumption rate in this machine right here. And we see we need 17. 17 of these guys. So we put down 18, of course, because that's just how things are. And we have that all laid out. Great. So we have that much copper solution, and we do that, and we see... Why does this give me a different number than before? No, it's 23.5 a second. 23.5. It doesn't do a single recipe a second. It gives me 390 copper solution a second. That's correct again on the sheet. And then, as we noted before, copper solution is, here we can see it best over here, right? Copper sol right here. Every time you make copper solution right here with this recipe, and then when it's consumed with an equal amount of acid solvent. 10 and 10, 10 and 10, 10 and 10, 10 and 10, 10 and 10. So that just means I need to produce 390 acid solvent. Great, put that aside. The question is, how many of these banks of machines are we going to need to process 390? It's going to put us 300, yeah, 390 copper solutions. So it has to be. So we look right here. This takes 10 copper solution and makes 100 copper pulp. But that just throws off into this, and that throws off into this. And we, I think the balance is still right. We'll have to look into that again. Maybe we won't. I don't know. I'm okay. So this right here consumes 5. Why is it only 25? I have questions about this. All right, you just sit there. I have to answer my questions first. So we look at, are these Mark 1s? Mark 1s. Mark 1s, and they consume, oh, they're beaconed to hell and gone. Look at that. Okay. I was reading beaconed numbers. Alright, so never mind. Things are still as bad as I thought. This is why we check, friends. Alright, so this consumes 5 copper solution every second. So in combination, all these guys produce 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. It produces just an amazing amount of tailings. And in return, this produces 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pregnant solution. And this is kind of off. The ratio is off here. Like the agate should probably be on a different tier because the ratio is off. This produces 50 and this consumes at 66.6. So, all right, noted. So our tier right here consumes 25 copper solution every second. And as we just noted, we make 390 every second. So divide by 25, and you're going to love this number, 16. We're going to need 16 tiers of these guys. 16. What am I doing here? 16 times 5 is, what is that? 80? 80 flotation cells. I no longer know what I want. Like, sure, this looks important. Do this. 16. We're probably going to have to stack them vertical, right? It's like, that's a problem for a future me. I need to just put my head down and concentrate on this stuff right here. Just right here. Bring it down. So right there. And we're going to deal with you because, well, when I expand this out, right, it's going to have to be expanded. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's just a pure liquid-liquid transformation. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and right there. So we're going to have something like this, and it's going to be hard to get this guy in, right? Properly beaconed anyway. Question is, will I be able to do something like this? Stack it better. Here, let's try. Let's just see. The answer is no, we will not be able to do this. Yeah, it has to go like this, even though that's less efficient. At least it will slide all the way down like this. Then we have to put agates at the end. Like maybe we put agates here. We have space problems. Anyway, don't pay attention to any of that. It's not real. It's here to trick you. For the moment, what we need to concentrate on is acid solvent. We need acid solvent in quantity 390. And that's, well, we're going to need some salt in. We're going to have to cite this. I thought we'd be able to get in, here, let's do the other half of our incoming pane. Mixers. I think it's 6 mixers? That's what my notes say. Does past me know what he's doing? So we need 390 a second. This produces 666 a second. So 390 divided by 66.6 gives us, yeah, 6. All right, we need 6 of you. And sliding them in right here seems like a very poor idea. So just stop fighting. So just, okay, again. So like this, and we do something like this. 1, 2, 3. This is wrong because it's gonna have so many pipes. I could make a hell of pipes. Let's assume I make a hell of pipes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 in a single block. And so that will give enough to do acid solvent, and then probably 6, and then 10. And that brings us to right here, and it's exactly the same size. Like this will be crashing out. I'll probably need more agitators than we need this, but we're still going to leave 2 blocks to crash it out to the next level. This will get moved. We'll get salt from somewhere else, even though it's really convenient. Oh, that's super convenient. Just use this salt right here. Oh wow, I have to do that now. Like the salt for the rest of the factory goes from somewhere else, but this gets moved. This is wrong. I also checked all the other zincs are good to use, so use one of those. This is, we're just gonna do that. How much salt are we gonna need? That's the problem though. It's not gonna be enough, right? Here, running around. We need 3 salt a second times 18, which is a big number. Oh no, don't do this. No, this is all a joke. It's all a joke. Haha, joke, haha. And this guy produces zinc, and we don't look at him. This is gonna get moved. What? Fluid miner? What? In the base? In the base again? What are you doing? What is that? How did you even get in here? This is deep. They are penetrating deep now. Is this a new behavior? Because of, something like this happened a couple episodes too. Okay, I don't want to think about this. Don't want to think about that. It was a fluke. It was a fluke. It's never going to happen again. It's a one-off. He's changed. Everything's fine now. We're okay now. It's going to be like it always should be. Like Mom said it would be. I was looking at salt. Right over here. You are doing nothing. You're producing at 33 a second, so this could supply for a very long time. And then after that could be beaconed even harder. And you have no fuel. Alright, we're doing this. We're going to see how far this goes. It is far too convenient for me to do anything else. This is all getting moved. So, just, okay, everyone try to breathe. I suppose the order of events is to move it then, right? Then we have to figure out where we're getting our water from. Right. Okay, let's do that now. Come with me. Oh, that guy's already gone. Here, pick that up right now. I need that guy to, cycle faster. Come on, dude. Oh, man. Big sad. I bequeath to thee my flotation cells and my red buildings. This is how you know I shall return, for these are things I love more than all else in the world. Where are you, whale? I need you here. I need you to pick up all this. I need you to get lost. Alright, come here. Come here. Where are you? Where are you, Mr. Whale? I surely need you here. Mr. Whale. Are you going to show up? Okay. Wailing his way over. Right there. Pick it all up, please. In my pants. Alright. I shall return. I shall fix this problem. Ew. Ew. Alright. Truly a forsaken land. And over here, I think... How did that biter get in? How did the biter get in? There. Another zinc reserve. Just being guarded by a mad pack of woody interlopers. Oh, I hate them. I hate them. I hate them so much. Smell bad. Make you itchy. Right there. Okay, so all of this is legal right here. This is going to be perfectly enveloped by the expanding factory. I probably should pay a little more attention, right? Alright, bots off. Probably should pay more attention. Probably should do things correctly. Probably should stop and think. So I did this exactly right. Intuition. The strongest asset of any factory man. The intuition has served me well. So we want to put this like right here, I suppose. And you get 2 more, and we get, and eventually the power supply will go away. Oh, and you need to be supplied. So no, that is incorrect right there. So like right there, and then the beacon goes down. When the beacon hits the floor. When the beacon hits the floor. No. That is too much. Is it 4-2? What is it I set this up as to make it go good? Oh, aren't you supposed to be efficiency modules, not speed moduled to hell? Isn't it something different for what I'm doing? What is happening? What it is? Alright, let's turn this on in a second here. Hold on a second. I want this. I feel absolutely manic today. I'm sure no one has picked up on that. Alright, so like so. Drill heads. Alright, so now you're going. Guess that's what we want. It's gonna run out, right? Isn't there a better way to do this? Yeah, much better. Alright, good. Good. Alright, zinc is out of the way. Now we just have to restore the bounce. What? They're in again. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. That thing hit me. What to do about this? Obviously, we're going to need another artillery day. They're coming straight in. This is artillery day for everybody, friends. But, like, how did that guy get all the way here? The other one. Are they expanding differently now? Oh, that would be horrifying. I mean, doable, but horrifying. But I think I have to have like a universal artillery day coming up. Like these guys have to be pushed forward too, and this has to be, like after I'm done with copper, maybe tomorrow another artillery day. This is the second time they've hit up here. Ah, okay, okay. No pressure, right? Nope, no pressure. This whale. You return to your job. Right here. Add destination right there. Fill cargo. Don't store food. have whale hungry as an interrupt. There you go. There. Now we have a dinosaur. Your new job is this. You don't store food anymore. You have an interrupt called dinosaur hungry. And then you come right here and you empty cargo. Okay, go do that. What a terrifying day. Just absolutely terrifying. Okay. Alright, let's go. Everything's alright, I suppose. Let's continue trying to focus on the main problem down here. Just hook up the next level. We have determined that this is moving. This has to move too. What am I doing? We need a salt supply. Right here. So where shall we get salt from? I don't think I solved this problem. You? This looks wrong. But it also looks like it will solve the problem for a while. You know? It's all this kimberlite perfectly enveloped. Alright, we use this salt mine right there. Is this a good idea long term? No. It's only going to be a problem like 50 hours from now, though, so I'll accept it. Salt mine, where are you? I am rapidly losing my humor about the state of the world. Salt. Did I not pick it up? I am 100% losing my mind. I didn't pick it up because I don't want to pick it up because I want to use it right there. I want to go get a salt mine. Okay. Wow, my brain does not work. This is it. This is decay. And I make salt mines where? With the hidden question of, do I make salt mines? Right over there. It'll be in the warehouse. Go to the warehouse. Okay. Hard day. Confusing day. Confused day. We're gonna make it. Gonna make it. Just try to scrape off the distractions. Distractions are here to trick me. Do not be tricked. Okay, got a salt mine. Here, we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want any of these, but I cling to them for comfort. Actually, just here, take care of that too. I don't need these batteries anymore either. Probably getting close to making batteries here. All right, so. We are now going to use. No, we're going to set this up. We are so out of order. We are so confused. Right here. We're finally getting down to it. There we go. And you need to be completely beaconed to hell and gone. Can't do any of that because I don't have any electronics on me. Don't think about that. We need to put down an aerial outpost. We need to put down a whale. Who has salt? Alright, so you do not store food. That doesn't happen anymore. We whale hungry instead. And when you come right here, right there, and you fill that cargo. So you do that. Now you need fuel. And that's all that matters here. And we have a liquid power line right there. No, it's creosote. Right here. We really probably shouldn't use, right? We are probably gonna use. So there. Take that, God. Right there. Oh, and it goes into a hell of pipes. Another little indication my cause is not righteous. So we try again. Of course, we don't learn our lesson. No, we simply try again. And then maybe we will be back for the primary struggle of today, which is setting up copper. Left a via. Look at that. I left a via. Did you see that? Of course you did. Everyone here is a disciple of the via. Everyone here understands the power that comes from being able to be transparent to fluids at any point. Everyone here understands. Is this empty? This should probably not be empty, right? Okay, you've got party fluid. You have party fluid. So why is this pipe empty? Do you have party fluid? Yes. Now it's empty. Why is my world like this? I am absolutely 100% losing my mind here. So this doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, it goes up here. Okay, on the other side of this valve. And so, does it ever get in on this side of the valve? Like the... So we have gasoline here, but we're supposed to be taking... So, I don't see how it's supposed to get in. It's supposed to be a power fluid. But it's not here. And so where did I put the gasoline in? Which I saw just a second ago. Right here. And you should be linking up right there, only you're not. Well, why is it doing this? Somebody instruct me. It's like this should be doing that. Alright. Well, it's doing that now. Great. So where was I? I was over here, I think. And we're just going to take from that line because it is the most expedient thing right now, and wow, I'm just completely losing it at every single point. Underflow, less than 20. Less than 20. Just like we always do. Just like Mom used to do. Alright, so right there, right there, right there. Good. I swear, we will get a little further in this. We will do this. We will make progress. There will be a goal. A thing will happen, and it will be good. One of these days, one of these days. Except as I just wander around, being confused. Yeah, right there. Then, where is this? Right here. Oh, I was looking in the wrong direction, huh? Okay, this is undoubtedly wrong and will undoubtedly need to change, but it's a better situation than we were in before. There. Okay. 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 Breathe. Everyone breathe. Everyone breathe. So, now, we're going to start off by doing the exact same thing here. Only I'm not sure it's going to work here either. We want it to be stacked. So, what we do... I usually used warehouses for these. Does it come out stacked? Let's find out. We need power for this. And once again, we probably should be just summoning a Gorbachev to do it. But at the same time, I don't think I can resist just tapping in right there. Again, they're inside. Again, they're right there. Well, what am I to do about this, friends? How is this happening? Like, I feel like I can't ignore this anymore. Like, I actually have to break with what I'm doing and then try to fix this problem. But, it is really, really, really kind of unclear as to how this problem should be resolved. Like, there has to be some update in how fighters perceive the world. Or is it producing pollution? Yes, it is a specific target producing pollution. That is what's pissing it off. Okay. Alright, that makes a little more sense. Still doesn't make me happy about the world. Oh, how's this whale doing? Oh, it's on the move. And now you're going to get... Now you're going to wait in line for ASP? So maybe at the end of the episode we'll get this. Let's not think about that though. Right now we're thinking about stopgaps. And we need a stack of gun turrets. We're going to set up temporary defense. For that area. And then tomorrow has to be artillery day. We have to push back on the north. We have to push on the other side as well. So it's just going to be pushing on all sides day. Okay, that's fine. Hopefully this doesn't expose new problems somewhere else, but these guys are just unsocial. What can I say? We want... I should have gotten walls too. This is just lazy. Oh, perfect, huh? Alright, that'll hold for the length of this episode, right? So let's hope. What I need to do now is I was trying to hook up salt when I was interrupted yet again. This is a bad episode. This is not going well. This is an episode of pain and suffering. Alright, so we were tapping into this power line, which was over here, right? Somewhere over here. Yeah, right here. And this is almost certainly a poor idea. But whatever, we're doing it. But whatever, Dad. It's gonna be just fine. This is not gonna cause me problems today, but will cause me problems eventually. Okay. Okay. We have gone the distance. Still have a lot of other infrastructure. Ha ha ha! Friendly friends. Friendly friends. 20. Okay. Gonna do it. Gonna hold it together. Not gonna have a screaming meltdown. Not gonna start throwing things. No. No. We don't do that. Adults don't do that. Of course not. Adults don't walk right past the salt either. Okay. Turn it on. Is that stacked? That is stacked. Oh, that's a pleasant surprise. I wonder if that's new. Alright, right there. Here is salt. My friend, I bring to you salt. And this isn't even enough. Because of... oh, it's a tree. Everything. They're all out to get me. Because what did I say? Something closer to 60? I don't want that log, so... guess we repair it. It's more than what one mine can provide. We need another mine on this, essentially. And then, of course, beacons. Beacon problems. But this is what we start with. We almost certainly need to put a depot down. We do need to put a depot down. 100%. So this is just a temporary expediency. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, so... we are going to need salt in. It is going to have to go into a... we have a caravan somewhere. Aerial outpost. Honestly, should go right here, which makes this difficult. Like, this is the proper place for it. Why not just do it then? I know it makes it a little ugly, but we are beyond the point where a little ugly phases us, right? Oh, no, don't look at that. A little ugly is no longer a impediment. It's no longer considered a failure case. We have redefined the problem such that a little ugly is a-okay. Alright, so that is the salt caravan inn, and it shall be dormant for a time. There, and now we have salt in. Alright, so now we have to actually talk. Actual real talk, time to go. It's 2 solids in, no solids out. So just like crisscross like this, leave room for beacons like right there in the nodes. Okay, no problem. Let's do that. Real simple. I'll say real fast, but this episode hasn't been anything resembling fast. You're gonna leap with dignity. And so we'll have the copper 4 come in right here. We'll have the salt come in across here and across here. Water facing. Okay, everything's great. Everything is fantastic. I am happy. Of course I am happy. I'm playing my favorite game. My favorite game makes me happy. Where's the other copper dust come in? How is it penetrating to this point? Like, specifically to that point. Should be, so we need a line right there and a line right there. So, I guess this entire thing has to be moved over a bit. Or these happy friends need to be switch sides. Which is not impossible, but not... okay, don't look at that. That's fine. It's gonna be fine. It is absolutely, absolutely, absolutely fine. I think this won't look absolutely hideous when it's done. I think it has to be like that, though. So salt comes in right here. And then we'll need it in right here. Alright, that's the bare minimum right there. And this doesn't work at all, does it? Biakuas. We're taking from this line. We really do need to switch these guys up. So it's time to deploy our greatest weapon. Ugliness. Our greatest weapon, spaghetti cannon. Right there. If it does not work naturally, it will be made to work unnaturally. And yeah, this is terrible. This is horrible. Look away, children. the aesthetic value of this falling to below 0. Okay. Alright. Alright, so that's how this gets in. And it comes down like this. I don't like this design that I'm doing. I feel this is a pretty big problem. Pointing at the pie. And then we split off. Then we split down. Yeah, this is a terrible design. I kind of feel bad doing this, but obviously I'm not stopping. And it comes all the way down to right here, right? And then in, then we'll copy paste, right? Then in, as he says, as he doesn't copy, he does not post. In, and then in. Okay. Alright. Definitely losing my mind a little bit. 100% not having it together today. But coming to terms with my myriad deficiencies. See, that doesn't quite work now, does it? Alright, so it has to be like this. It's going to be an expensive guy. Alright, so that's how we're hanging the world. We're nowhere near finished. So copper solution will come out over there onto some rail that way. I don't know where it's going to be. I'm not even going to ask. Here, we don't even do this. There we go. And that's in, and that's salt in right there. We'll make it work. That's copper 4 in right there. That's not water in. Water is another problem which I haven't addressed. I was gonna wait and see how much water we needed in aggregate, and then built the water based on that, you know? Seems like it might be a little more efficient. Alright, so what we now do is we take this happy block here, put it right there. Take this happy block. So paranoid. So paranoid. Alright, that's a normal one right there. That's not really a problem. I mean, it's a problem, but it's just blap. Someone get that artillery shell in. Where's my artillery shell? There's another one going on right there. Just carpet bomb them. Oh, nice. Simultaneous hit. Good. That's how it should be. As that just utterly shattered my concentration, which, as we know, was its job. Why do I have 2 here? Probably because I put down 1 and it was misaligned. And so when I copied over it, it did the thing. Alright, so right there, right there. We are almost done with this step. 45 minutes in. Why did I do that? Probably because I copy and pasted it right there. And I am summoning powers I cannot contain. Alright, so pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Alright. This is finally a step forward. Yea, a mighty step forward for all mankind. This doesn't really need to exist. That does. So we'll come over here and we will declare that this line is copper solution transport line. Is it supposed to be like this? I don't know. Alright, so And this is extra copper emergency in. Great. Extra salt emergency in, which will undoubtedly be needed later on, but so much later as I can barely relate to the person having the problems. In fact, I kind of like it if that person has problems. Okay, salt comes in, and then we need another right here. Just like that. Why am I seeing no salt? Because it is multifariously broken. Well, where exactly does the beacon go here? If I was going to put it right in the center? Okay, that's just a problem for future me. I think the beacon is now going on right this line and that line. So, okay, again, a problem for future me. Future me is going to love what past me did here. Going to be absolutely thrilled. This is a mess. I am a mess. There is no hope for those who dare Pyanodons. Oh, look, it stopped for some reason. Undoubtedly, that is because fuel ran out. Fuel ran out because it probably wasn't a real power line. Wasn't a real power line because I am cursed. I bear a terrible curse, and I do not know if it can ever be broken. Look at that, out of power. Alright, so we drained that line dry. It wasn't real. Wait a second. Sure looks real to me. What's the problem here, Timmy? Ah, the output. The problem is, of course, basic competence. And the fact that I do not have it in any shape or form. Alright, so that's on its way. Saving a whale, right? That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to save whales. And now we have water in at some point. I'm just completely arbitrarily calling this the water in. Even though it's bad because this is probably the line where we're going to need to put water. Put the things that make water, the pumps. The pumps are probably going to have to go right here. And so this line is almost certainly completely unwelcome where it is. So we should try to save myself and try to do this instead. This isn't so much future me doing a favor for future me, as me doing a favor for me for probably 25 minutes from now. Alright, I gotta go get more stuff. I thought I'd be able to get through copper in 2 episodes, but now I'm not feeling that at all. I am feeling like I am in deep in trouble. I am lost, and I have no real hope of ever escaping. I'm here in Pyanodons forever. Yeah. I used to think that this would be a good thing, but who knew that even the greatest pleasure turns to hell given enough time. We are fickle, inconstant creatures. If only we had the durability of those those things that dwell within purely the realms of thought. Singular, focused, unified, elemental creatures that can do the same thing forever without any hint of boredom. And now we have a problem, right? So we're going to end up with a ton of salt in our inventory because everything after this, and in fact everything from here up, is ours by right. We are salty people. We are salty. Boom. Oomph. Alright, so how do we deal with this situation? I don't think there is any good way, right? Of just having an astounding amount of... Maybe we take it over to the other whale, right? Maybe we stuff a whale full to the gills of salt. Maybe that's a good idea to handle the problem which I have now created for myself. Pick all this up, pick all this up. Then all this has to come with me. As we got so very close to making progress in any direction, I put my bots down. Why be surprised when they're not doing my bidding? Because I put them down. Okay, everyone back in the boat. Thank you. There, pick them all up. Pick it all off. Try not to think how you're about to all be replaced. All be replaced. Okay. In fact, let's check on that process. See if we can get a little splash of happiness in our life. Answer, nope. Still waiting on ASP. And here we are, waiting on this. Here we're waiting on... What are we waiting on? Oh, it looks like cobalt. Alright, just don't think about that, right? Best not to think. And bam. Let's go see a whale. Go see a whale who's hopefully able to take on some salt. No, of course not. The whale will be at the salt box. The salt box is over here. It should be over here, right? It's this sort of layer. But somehow I don't see it. Because I did not lay this out in a very organized manner. And now I get lost constantly. Absolutely. Constantly. Is salt an earth product? It is. Okay, we can get rid of the salt here. Good. Oh, we actually had quite a demand for salt. Alright, so that problem which I made and then solved in the span of 7 heart-pounding minutes. Trees. I want a mod where every time I hit a tree, it just sprays grenades around me in all directions. Yeah, I know I'll take damage. Yeah, I know I'll eventually die. Trees will die first. Okay, good. I mean, good is really, really relative at this point. What I'm trying to say is it's now baseline working. Alright, you've got everything you need except for the water. It's coming. And then we have the solution. And this works, and we have to hook you guys up with power. Okay. Okay, fine. Guess we can't do that. So right there. No straight line, no happy. No straight line, no joy. Okay. Okay. Let's all breathe. Let's all just breathe a little bit. Breathe a little bit. Now we have to make acid solvent. Don't look at this. This is evil. Actually, pick it up. It's evil. Put it over there. We'll put it in the evil pile. Right there. Where we keep our evil. We need to put together 6 of these guys, and it has to be exactly like this, essentially. So, we're just going to be doing this, right? And then just drag it down to right here. And I don't care what you have to do to make this work. Doesn't bother me. And we're doing acid solvent. Bang, 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 bang. And then after that, so we need iron oxide in, and then it's just a couple liquids. So what we're going to do is like this. Iron oxide comes in like so, right? Liquids come in somehow. Yeah, not there probably. Probably do it at the very end. Even though it's not typically where you would want to do it. But it makes sense due to the placement of the peroxide port, which I am Very much deferring to overmuch, I feel. Being over deferential to that port. Alright, select that. Only we don't need this at all. Do I think I can fit this in? Right here? Especially if I put the beacon space in the middle. Let's see. So like right here. Beacon space on top. The answer is no. Cannot do it that way. Alright, so it must be like this. Shall be so. Just gather it all up. Gather it all up. Yeah. Now we're gonna need a whale in. And fortunately, that means salt on the person again. The person becomes salty again. Salty engineer once more. Actually, that's even the wrong position. Dang. Well, struggle. Struggle is here. Welcome to struggle. So that's even not even correct where it's going. Because we want a situation where we do this, right? Something like that, only not incompetent. And it comes out like this. Straight over and straight over. Should come down one more for aesthetics. We still remember the face of our muse all these years later. Despite the terrible things we've had to done, the violations of all principles of art and beauty. Despite all that, we still remember, and that memory tortures us. We remember what might have been, and why we cannot feel happiness anymore. Alright, so that's still right but wrong, because you have to be right there. Alright, that's fine. I believe in this. So now we just have to get in a couple chemicals, and we've made this very difficult for ourselves, because the line should be like so. So I guess we just completely abandon everything we just said, and we do this instead. Like, all those plans, bye-bye. Well, this intrudes on beacon space, so we can't. Whatever you're doing, stop that. So this doesn't work. Bye-bye plans, bye-bye. The beacon should be on the top, right? Because the beacon can't fit there. So the beacon should be on the top, so doing it like this no longer makes sense. So it's like so, and then like so. Now the beacon's on the top, only, of course, doesn't fit. Doesn't fit. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's pipes. Doesn't fit, doesn't fit, doesn't fit, doesn't fit. Yeah, leaving beacon space is completely ruining me as a person. I guess the beacon space is on the bottom. That's not good. It's not good practice. Like, and how can there be beacon space when there's pipes all over the place here? So I guess we do this instead. Even though that seems to invert principles. It'll make it a little easier, I guess. I almost want to use this line to get this stuff in. It'll make it... In fact, I'm gonna do that. I will do that. And then acid solvent will come along the top. And unfortunately, we get more salt in our inventory. I say unfortunately, but we kind of like it, right? Alright, so right there, right there. There. That definitively puts the beacon on top. And then we'll put the acid solvent pipes right here and right here. And the beacon's in the middle. Okay. Okay, we can plan to save our life. And again, with the salt. We should probably just take this over and get rid of it, because we're choking on it right now. Can't believe I've been playing for a solid hour and I've made so little progress. I don't think I'm going to get through this today, unfortunately. I think I'm going to start losing my mind long before... Is this salt? Was this salt? It was in the earth stack, right? This is biostack. This is earth stack. It was right around here. Oh, we're completely out of salt. Huh. So we need a lot more salt transport. We need more salty whales. Whales of the sea. Like, where else are you going to find the whales? I don't know. Alright, so we're just going to have to push forward. Maybe we'll surprise ourselves with a sudden burst of competence. Maybe... Oh. Oh no. There we go. Let's put that down to remind ourselves in one of these days. Here, I'll put it on a note for another episode. Alright, so what we're going to do now is bring in peroxide. Peroxide needs a line, right? No. I mean, they're both probably going to need a line. So we're going to try it like this. We'll try it. Receiver, receiver. Right here. Bang, 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 bang. What did I do with this stuff? I could have sworn I was going to have to bring out lines for both of these. And for grease. Like especially grease. There's the peroxide. It's not a long drag. And then sulfuric, we'll need a lot more of that. Anyway, we're not going to pay attention to that right now. Peroxide. Right there. Good. And you are sulfuric. There we go. Okay, today on Suffering, we feature me. Alright, so those two things come in, and we make our acid solvent right here. And what is best in life? What is best is to do this. Ooh, what are you? That is a leading pipe. That is just asking for problems. Right. Luckily fixed before massive pollution occurred. So right there, and then right there. Look how we share. We share utilities. Everyone wants equal access to the biofluid in the system. Okay, right there, right there, right there, right there, and right there. And what's going on next? You guessed it. It's a whole bunch of methane right there. I need whales, right? And I need, yeah, I'm completely out of caravans, fortunately. So, up here, go get some more whales. Yes, thank you. Swarm into me. Swarm. Alright, next. Next. We have made so little progress today. We need a whale. Mr. Whale, I need you to whale hungry. I need you to go over to the earth stack and go get me iron oxide. Fill cargo. And I want you to come here and I want you to empty cargo. Don't walk away from me. Where am I? Chasing the whale. They need to fix this, which means, of course, I need to fix this. But, has not happened yet. So, I've got such a line of stuff to do. It is not even funny. Trying to maintain decorum. That there is hooked up. That rare. Now you are hooked up. Alright, so there's your iron oxide, and your chemicals are in fact here, so good. And now we have acid solvent. And now we can deal with problem, parentheses, the. Come with me. Come with me now. Come with me now. We have to make a hell of pipes. And we really should put an agit right here. Where are you? Agits. Agit, the circle thing. Even though it collides right here, I'm not going to need, well, I won't need all of them, right? Because they're slightly faster than all these guys put together. So I'm losing a couple right here, but it will be fine. All right, now I'll save an entire row later on. That's a good idea. So how do we wire these guys up? Obviously, it's wired up like this, and obviously, again, we want to do it like this, if at all possible. Right? Here, this bugs me. I want to not do this right here. I want to do it right here. Gotta get in line. We're making acid solvent, right? That was the twirling I was seeing right there. Yeah, full up on acid solvent, ready to rock. Okay, so once again, the horrible math on this says we need 16 tiers. 16 tiers of this. Okay, alright, we can do that. Alright, so we're doing something like this with a opposing person right there. So we want to use the least amount of pipes possible. And so it's kind of just do this, right? And then we'll try to find a way, right? There's going to be a rail for copper solution going through the entire way, and then the ins and the outs. So wait a second. No, we have to get the 4 up there. Okay, so maybe that slips in through the cracks. That we can't use this crack. All right, let's just think about this for a second. Grease obviously comes in and is only used in the first step. Here, we're going to use the acid as the top rail though, because it is common to everything. We're going to see if we can solve this fluid puzzle right here. And then we have copper solution, which is once again common to everything. So you're the star of the show in the middle. Right there, like that. And so, okay, not like that though. So now we have to get Grease in, and that's easy. It comes from the outside. We're going to draw a line. It's going to take a lot. Well, not a lot actually. Only 5 grease a second. And we have Gorbachevs for this. But then again, times 16. Yeah, we're going to draw a line. And then it has the P out, which obviously, because you are so easy to deal with and think about, you are getting a line right here. Oh no, you have to think that the game continues, right? Think not that you are finished after one round. 1, 2, 3. For you are not. And we have the same sort of story going on right here. So we have to solve both these at once, essentially. I'm going to need more pipes. So we have a system going here. And we have to figure out how to route this through. And it looks like we can't use this space because it's beacon space, right? Like the holy beacon goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. And so we cannot touch this space, but we're about to. Well, I guess the beacons go in the center then. Which makes everything different. Everything's about to be different then. Yeah, the beacon would be best in the center, but instead it's going to be on the sides. We're going to need more beacons, but whoever counts. No one's counting when you're putting down fat beacons. By the time you can make them, it's like count to infinity with ease. If that makes any sense at all, material constraints do not concern you. And this one is unique in that it has it's less outputs. Yeah, instead of a 6 fluid transformation, it's a 5 fluid transformation. All right, so now we have our big problem, the ultimate question of this puzzle. How do I get this out to this in? How do I do that without offending the rules of the universe? And then, like, obviously we have access to over here, so it's like, whoop, 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 whoop. And we can kind of cheat like that. But then how does this work? We can perhaps sneak it onto this line somehow and then get it over. And that's if I could do that, that would be one solution. But then we have to pick this 3 over, so maybe we move it over again. I don't know. That's just a thought. We have some space here that we can work with. Here, let's see how much. This guy right here is going to throw a fit, and then you output stuff I like. Just like that. And so we have, it's like 3 more lines right there, and then this is beacon space, right? So how do we do this? And they put it in the center. How helpful of them. So how do we do this? This line is taken, this line is taken. This line, we have one line that is not taken. So we could obviously, well, how about this? How about this as a solution? Well, okay. How about we pick all this up and we just play Let's Pretend for a second. Copper solution goes on the bottom, right? We are Let's Pretending. Let's play Let's Pretend. And then we have this copper 2, which has access to this space and to this space, but not to this space. So, copper 2 comes through here, and then like this, right? And then it's copper 2 out, and then we have to have a 2 in somewhere, which is right there. And this obviously works for this exact circumstance, right? Right? So copper 2 works like so. Now, how do we get this out? Well, the answer is we probably don't. So we have a 2 line going in there. So these two servicing these. Oh, look at that. It's even, look at that. It's even different because of uh uh it's these two servicing these two. It's crossing the row. So this is probably not right. What we have to do is probably to establish a grand bus for all of these fluids. Like we can get them out to this space and to this space, and then we can get them up, and then we will get back down. All right, I believe that's possible. And then that's the good stuff. All right, let's do this. I believe in it. I want it to be in the center though. So Talions has to get the bottom treatment again. And I think this is actually might be by necessity. Okay. I think this might be by necessity what I'm doing. All right, so we have one fluid right here. One juice comes this way, and then we'll be on a one juice rail. And then two juice comes this way, and we'll be on a two juice rail. Right? This makes sense. 1 and 2. And then this will be repeated right here. And now we need to have a acceptor area right here. And then through here, right here. We can actually do this, right? So this will be connected like right there. No, not quite. This is going to be very complicated to visualize. Then we have another rail right here. So this is one juice out, and it will join all the other one juice being made everywhere else. Copper one juice sounds great. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And then copper one juice will come, oh, it has to be in right here. And so it'll be in right here and then in right here, right? And so we have a single line for copper one juice the entire way. Okay, I believe in this. But copper 2 juice cannot use this. Can't go on this side. And it keeps the space open for beacons. So, no, copper 1 juice has to go on the other side. Copper 1 juice is taking up the wrong line right here. It's consuming space which does not belong to it. So pick this up. You, by fiat, must come this way. By dictate. Excuse me. Right there. All right, one juice out, and then one juice in. And it will also be down here because it's a giant rail. Okay, that makes sense. Two juice. How do we get two juice out to right here? Sure. Then how do we get it into right there? Bigger question, right? That is, in fact, might not be possible because we have this taken, this taken, this taken. And we can't impinge on, well, can we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have exactly one row of impingement right here to do the proper beacons. Okay, so 2 juice. Well, no, I can't do that. If I had more, if I had one more, I could do it, but I cannot. Fortunately, I'm going to have to take a pause here. Hopefully I'll still have some remnant of my sanity when I come back. We're going to do this properly. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. And I'm back. May have only been a moment for you, but it was many, many hours for me. So, bad news is I've completely forgotten what I was doing here. Like, the overall goal. Yeah, I get that. What specifically I was doing? But the good news is I'm a little calmer, I guess. That's good. Alright, so our goal is to get 2 here into right here. Yeah? And so let's just... We obviously can't get it through here, so it has to come from above, right? So 2 gets linked up, and let's just say there's a staple up here somewhere. 2 will come down from above right here, and this is the 2 line. And it does not impede on logistics space right there, so that's fine. So that solves that pattern. And I guess it also solves this pattern, doesn't it? Because this can go right here. Oh, can't. Yeah, I did it right. So 3 goes in right there. And it's a giant rail, of course. So don't think you're limited at all. And so right here, then you go like that. This is actually going to be rather elegant, isn't it? And so we have a staple up here, and then it comes down, and we do one of these again. Right? And this just produces P, the big P, and there has to be a P line right here, which I suppose goes right here, right? Do I do just a solid wall? No. Let's not be barbarians about it, right? And then like that. Is this it? So easy? So P line is all hooked up. The 4 line will be hooked up, it just happens over up above. The 3 line is hooked up directly. Yeah, and this will be hooked up by the one up there. Yeah, that's fine. And then, yeah, this probably works, right? Only problem is this is beacon space, so that's illegal. Sorry, illegal, illegal, 100% illegal. So I guess maybe it's very natural for this to be here. I suppose it's use a little of the space, right? So like this instead, and then beacon right in here, and that's more than enough space to hit them both. And then it will be equal opportunity beaconage. There, and you are a different one, and you are a different one. And it's going to alternate whether or not it gets the little nozzle right there. I actually think this works, right? Alright, let's review one more time. We have beacon space in the center. We are using this for gutter up and down. We have ready to put in high-powered beacons whenever it is required. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So good, right? And we are working on this unit. This down here, just an example. That's my thought anyway. Acid solvent, all in with these 2. Grease will come in somehow. How that's going to get in, I don't know, but it's for this 2. And then for this, I suppose it also can do this, right? If I take the unit to be U, I should be able to just do this, right? Just ignore that. It's in the plan. And if I do that, I run out of pipes. So I gotta go get a whole bunch of pipes, because we're gonna copy and paste this a bazillion times. Oh yeah! Things are attacking me all over the place, aren't they? Because the factory is working too well, and they're jealous and angry. They see that they cannot make such a glorious factory with their little protuberances, and so are trying to destroy that which they can never, never obtain. I understand that. I mean, I hate it, and will stamp it out with uh, amazing, astonishing violence. But I understand it on like just a primitive level. Um, yeah, because just a little while ago I put up that line, the last ditch line. I worry about this too over here. It's probably the exact same thing, isn't it? We have to do just a general push out everywhere. Alright, that's fine. I can do that. Not a problem. I have the tools and I have the will. I 100% do. And, spoiler alert, I also enjoy it. So it's not even like it's work for me. It's almost as good as stomping trees. Almost, but not quite. Alright, that's fine. So that hooks up. Oh, and the other thing. Special bots. See how much calmer I am? Oh, special bots are being made. Oh, we're almost done. Oh man, how long is this gonna take? Is that the speed of flying robot frames? It's not very long. By the time I'm finished with this, I'll be able to go get new bots. New bots! Alright, so... why isn't this attached everywhere? I guess it needs a staple, right? And the 1 line is hooked up everywhere. And the 2 line is hooked up everywhere. Oh, wait a second. This is the 1 line. This is the 2 line. Where's the... oh, it's not. There's no staple. The 2 line in. And then the 3 line both in and out. Alright. I think this is a plan, ladies and gentlemen. So this should be picked up. And all this should be picked up. And then we have our block right here, right? Does this make sense? I'm hoping it makes sense, because I'm about to tile the hell out of this thing. So 1 out right here, but it doesn't have 1 out, so we'll have to duplicate all the piping up there to be actual legit. Like actual legit for real. I don't think so. Maybe. Or else how will all these work? So yes, I do need to duplicate all the piping up there. But there's, you know, just all of this piping essentially. I think that's right, right? Okay, it doesn't look right. this, this looks kind of troublesome actually. Alright, so we'll trim out this. This certainly doesn't scream I am correct, and we're doing it in a wrong place here. We should definitely be doing it next to the agitator. So just calmly step back. Calmly, calmly step back. And you, where do you line up? Do you line up? You should line up. Should line up. Not right there. Where's the P? Right there. Right there. That's where you go. Okay. And I have trapped myself within my own artifice. Okay. I understand that. I suppose I should trim this too. I'm to be very, very complete about this. Okay, trim, trim, trim. And the goal is to throw down 8 of these blocks. And where they go, I do not care. Yeah, all this is done. And I'll just forget about this for right now, alright? Because we're still flying a little close to the sun right here. And is this a requisite 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yes. Okay, so everything, in theory, mind you, Why is the P out so elevated there? Oh, it's because it's asked the tile. That's right. Okay. I think we're good, right? You know what? If I'm not good, I don't want to be good. And that's just how it is. Alright, so what we want to do is cut you. And then we line this up. Here, we actually probably want to turn the bots off. We try to plan this out nice and pretty. See if we can plan it out so it only takes out one agitator. So it goes right there. Maybe just don't care about that and go for packing it in more than anything. Alright, so we now lay it down right there. There are those. Outlining in red. Alright, we've taken out 2 agitators. And then agitator neutralized. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiers, and we need 16, right? That's the number from the before time. The time before I was gone, when I knew what was going on, when I had my notes open to the right page, before the world enraged and abused me so. You know, the before time. Yeah. 17 tiers, huh? 17. That's a little rough, you know? That's not great. So how many can we fit in right here? Ooh. That is so close to fitting in that I'm going to engage in a minor sin right here and let that just touch the walkway so that this just fits. Alright, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we need 2 more. That's unsatisfying. That's what should be right here. It should be 2 solid blocks if I put acid solvent anywhere else. Yeah, that's really unsatisfying. Maybe if this hadn't been here and I'd put this somewhere else, it would all fit perfectly. And by that I mean perfectly. Chef's kiss. However, that is not the world I live in. I live in a petty, mean place of imperfection, ugliness. Guess we gotta... No. How we do this then? Don't worry, this has a purpose. And then this gets picked up. Alright, so that should be it, right? And then we have our high-grade copper coming down right here. We're missing 2 because of the patch, but that's actually not a problem whatsoever because we didn't need quite so many. And we have 16 tiers. What is 16 times 25? 400. That's a little more than 390, which was the goal. I don't want those bots to do this. This would be a great place to debut those bots. Let's hold off on this, right? And just see if we can get the whole thing with new bots. Make it look all nice. Like we planned it. So let's just kind of... Oh, we didn't put any power in anywhere. That's more than a little tragic, right? Okay, nice. That's all hooked up now. Good for you. Good for you. So let's just wander around here and see. Oh, and we have to put staples in at some point. We're going to put staples at the bottom then. Because I didn't leave space at the top. We'll have to just do that. So you're right there. It's nice walking through like this. It isn't going to be like this forever, is there? Is it? Alright, so that's working, that's working, that's working. And somewhere around here, we're gonna have to leap. And then this is weird and wrong. Yeah, that has to exist. All this has to exist. We have this one rail. It doesn't show me the whole line because of, it's not done yet. Which is really very lawyerly of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right here. You get flippy. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's right. Then we might actually get through this today. Yeah, I think I'm obligated to, especially since I'm rested, and then this snapped right in. Feeling kind of good. Feeling like I should probably do this. Alright, so things we haven't done yet. We haven't gotten a grease line in. That's bad. We haven't connected all the copper solution. We should probably do that from the top. We probably should have done that before we copied and pasted everything. We also did not handle power at all, which I'm sure is something that is just not going to come back and hit us at any point. Absolutely not. Power is completely 100% optional. But actually, we put this in at the right spot. Look at this. Put that right there, and none of this goes right there. Just right down. Let's take a nice little walk. There's the copper solution in. Is really all I need? Right there. Right there. Great. We also need to do something with tailings, right? Alright, and acid solvents, of course. So I guess we do acid solvent now. And hope that our luck persists. Because there was no necessity behind that. Jeez. Guess right here is where we hope and pray this works out. So far, so good. Good. Acid solvent. Acid solvent for everybody. It's an acid solvent party. Yeah, I really should have done this first, right? Yeah. Yeah, Captain planning ahead again. Captain planning ahead, plans ahead. I'm really looking forward to those new bots. I think we're probably going to finish this up tomorrow. I don't think we're going to get done with it today. Tomorrow's going to be getting this going, and then artillery day, I guess. By popular request of my fans out there. Look at this. Look at these pipes. These pipes need to be addressed. Does this hold any meaning? I don't think so. I think these can be trimmed without problem. I'll say it's going to be nice to watch this all just streak into existence. Instead of just, watch it stagger in as I put down one thing after another. That doesn't make any sense, but I'm kind of tired. I realize that's not an excuse, given I said I was feeling better just a little while ago. Actually, serious question, how am I going to get the grease out? Well, I can't intrude here or there. I actually got serious problems here, don't I? Because I'm leaping across it. I'm going to have to pull out to here, which isn't great, especially given that I'm going to need to do this everywhere. And like right here. Huh. Yeah, calling this ugly would be a accurate analysis of the situation. We'll make this work. And we'll get grease in. And then we will go and probably get our new bots. It'll be new bot time. Then we will stand in the middle of this and we will ask the bots to make our dreams real. And it'll either be really nice or exercise and crushing disappointment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to get gas before we do this. Well, specifically, I have to go get diesel. Only gasoline is an insult to anyone who drives a big truck. But I'm gonna need it. And we do need grease in, right? As in just a line of grease. I anticipate this coming, just like I anticipate needing a line of sulfuric and also peroxide. But for right now, 'tis only grease. We have to. That's a foreign entity. Okay, so let's start by just kind of dipping down right here, come this way, and trying to ride the center. You know, it's not a normal line to go on, which makes me think that maybe it'll be safe and clear. So, yeah, look at it, dodge all those problems. Alright, so I basically just have to drag it straight over, straight through. Okay, getting through there, I basically left no vias. This is kind of a wall. Because all that space, well, there's a few vias. There's very few. Alright, I don't feel good about what I'm about to do, but I am gonna do it. Okay, can I get through here? No. So this turns out to be a bad line. Click. So the hard part is getting through the iron area. So maybe I should start there, right? Given how everything is so transparent over here. Let's try that instead. So there's only a, okay, the hard part is right here. So maybe if I do grease, all these lines are taken. I suppose I'm gonna have a little room right here. Like if I could jump from right here all the way right here, this line is already consumed by that pipe. So, but it's just a little short. How short? How short are you? One, two, three, four, five. That is just enough, but it requires me to get more salt in my inventory. Which is to say, I sigh and put more salt in my inventory. Alright, this is good. There. That uses a very convenient line and is generally in sync with the plan. So all I have to do is come over here, hit this goal right there. Hope I'm not causing a huge problem. Get right here. Come right here. Alright, and then grease it in. Perfect, right? Perfect. Okay, so grease, solvent, tailings. Tailings needs to be dealt with. Then we can collect our bots and watch the creation wave. Tailings are made in enormous quantities. And again, it has to come out over here. Oh, and I did that wrong. Tailings and also electricity. I did that wrong in that I didn't leave it coming over. I should pick a line, right? And that should happen from up here. Way up here. So, tailings line right here. No, no, no. Right there. Tailings line. Okay. Gotta get rid of this salt. I've got salt in my inventory. It's a big, big problem. Alright, down we go now. I'm gonna have to go over this entire thing tomorrow, which, you know, doesn't exactly piss me off. We have to do water tomorrow, which is going to be quite awkward, I think. It's probably going to involve reworking a lot of stuff. Here, this is, oh, it turns out to be unnecessary. There you go. Simple. Simple is good. Simple is the way of the true gods. So, right there. There. Down we go. Down we go. And now, tailings. We can... Oh, that's a problem, isn't it? We'll have to do something special for you. Right here. But for most normies, can come in like this. For this, who is a problem? Who is be a problem? Yes, yes. You get a special staple. Actually, tailings could probably all be stapled over here. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to make one special staple. Right there. Stapled. And everything else is going to come over on the outside line, like it's supposed to. So, like so, and then so. Oh, we have to do a special one right here, I think. And then power, and then manifestation, and then probably stopping. And we finish tomorrow. It was really overambitious to think it would all be done in 2 episodes. Especially when half this episode was spent running around, chasing after spiders that got in the base. That is truly horrifying, let me tell you. It ain't supposed to be like that. It ain't supposed to be so. See, this right here is... It's not good, but it's not terrible. It shouldn't touch the... There should be a little green walkway in every one of the areas. There isn't right there because of tailings. And it's not completely shameful, so long as there's a good reason, and it's not a lot of it. And it's like there's one over here too. And I think this is a pretty good reason. It's exactly the same length as iron. That's astonishing to me. There's no way that was planned. No way. Alright, so what we have to do now is to grace all of this with electricity. That's done like so, right? This is just super duper easy. Just take all that. We don't need to put it in many places. Just like so. And we might need a boosty right here, which is fine. Very sad I couldn't shove in 10 of these in one city block. That would have been kind of nice. Okay, so we do have to connect it up a little bit, which is just fine. So, let us do that. There. Right there. Friend, you are not being very friendly. There you go. Awkward, but acceptable. I think I'm going to be using this casting in this borax line over for making the copper plate. I'm not going to draw down its own separate line, especially when it's not just right there. And then right here we'll draw another one that will get shared with 2. I mean, it's a full stacked belt. It's got to be okay, right? That's connected. Good. And then this is connected. Good. Now I look at that. Look at power. Wait, you're not connected? Oh no, it's just a ghost. Alright, I think we're ready here, right? Let's go get our new bots. Let's gas up. Let's diesel up. And then we won't turn this on, but we'll unleash an enormous manifestation wave. Like has been not seen before. And then, hopefully, I'll just go do wrap up. Uh, we'll go do the rest of it tomorrow. There is no need to rush. This is definitely a marathon. Surely is not a sprint. You do not do Pyanodons in one sitting. At least I hope you don't. I pity the chair and the buttocks. Alright, that was kind of a problem, wasn't it? Alright, right there. Right there. Yeah, talk about the iron rear. Pyanodons in one sitting. No. I will not be trying for that one. Someone else can do that. I am not up to that challenge. I am weak. I need to get up from time to time. I suppose there's probably someone in a wheelchair who finds this challenge trivial. But I'm gonna leave it to them. I think that's great. Right there. And you have here. I'm just depositing the old style ones, and eventually I'll upgrade them, but just not right now. Right. So let's see if all of our bots are made. First off, we have to get rid of these guys. Farewell to thee. You have done well, but not good enough. If you had just done a little better. Is there old style bots floating towards me very slowly? Why do I only have 47 in me? Alright, let's not ask questions. Questions lead the way to destruction. 300. Alright, that's fine. So just to compare, this guy right here moves at about 33. No, it's right there. Your speed is about 30 kilometers an hour. And our new guy right here, your speed is about 50. Alright, that's better. And it's a little more efficient. Not a lot, just a little more efficient. It can fly farther. Alright, so the max consumption. Why is the moving consumption higher than the max consumption? How do you read this? Alright, we're just going to see. So let's go get some more flots. We should have enough pipe, and then we should see how our new toys behave. Then that's probably it. Tomorrow we'll finish it off for realsy. Any more flots for me? I will surely need them. This isn't enough flots. I gotta go get more. How are we doing over here? We're overflowing on light oil and grease, and we don't have enough grease. We both don't have enough grease, and we're overflowing on grease. Alright, let's queue that one up to take a look at. Where do you suppose I make flots? There, top row, fourth row, fourth aisle. 4, and then up, 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 way at the top. Apparently I missed. Okay, yes, I definitely missed. How it can be such a simple task, and yet I mess it up. It is a wonder and a mystery. Alright, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not quite 8, so we have not quite enough. Alright, that's fine, right? It's gonna be okay, right? So we're gonna stand right in the middle. right here in this glorious spot, and then we're gonna zoom out, and then we're gonna bots on. Whoosh. Oh, that's a lot faster. Oh, that feels good. Yeah. Yeah, make it real. This is nice. They look like they... Oh, I'm totally out of pipes already. Look at that. Okay, this was a definite upgrade. This feels great. I don't know why they're continually flitting out, because it's weird. Oh, we need some more adjets too. Okay, that's fine. Come on, everybody back in the bus. No more excuses. Alright, we need more adjets, and we need a lot more pipe. That was nice. I enjoyed that. A lot more pipe, please. Okay, that counts as a lot more pipe, right? Bots off, and then we need adjets. I wish I knew how many, because I don't need a lot of adjets in my life. Then we're gonna have to go look at grease, and then recap, and then done. And then tomorrow we finish this thing off. Alright, one more time. Manifest. Boom! It's like the opposite of a nuke. The range on these guys is good. Look at that. Nice. And I'm still gonna be out of pipe, aren't I? That's astonishing. It is an enormous build. No, yeah, I am out of pipe. Still, by quite a lot, actually. Alright, okay, I can play this game. I mean, quite literally, I can play this game. I think that would be obvious, or perhaps not by now. I have ambitions of playing this game. How about that? It's just these guys need to be faster. These guys are definitely not absorbing the power fast enough. This could be better. I think I'm seeing a... I don't know. I don't know how to describe what I'm seeing. The world is a mysterious place to mere mortals like me. If I had eyes like the engineer's eyes, I'd understand so much more. Bots off. And then right here, and then tomorrow, hopefully boom. They're aggressive. I like it. Okay. Now let's go see how I miswired grease. Oh, really? We only need 1, 2, 3, 4? We have 1... Yeah, this should be all completely fine. And we only need a few more flots. And then after that, I should probably be able to turn it on. And then after I turn it on, it's artillery day. Hopefully I can get both done. Alright, so why are you reporting problems with both? Okay, you are overflowing with grease. Which means, wasn't I seeing red grease as well? I am. That means not enough. Or it means grease is somewhere else. Let's pull that. So pull that, pull that, pull that for a moment. Just look at this. You're outputting both, huh? That is so very weird. Fast bots. I like it. Even though they're only mid-fast bots. Anyway, we make grease over here, right? And you're obviously not regulated. Even though I do not think there will ever be such a thing as waste grease. At least this means my alarm system is coherent. Alright, so that will work itself out in time, the overflow alarm. Now the only question is, why are we getting an underflow alarm? Because shouldn't you be like reading off of what's in here? Yeah, where's your red in like that? Isn't that canonical? Yeah. Where did I copy you from where there wasn't one of those? Right here at the wax. Well, that's kind of terrible, isn't it? Who knows where that's proliferated to? Definitely to the peroxide. Not to the lubricant. That was also older. Yeah, the peroxide and the oleochemicals have this problem. So I bet you're broadcasting panic on both. No? Why not? No, serious question. Why not? Well, for one thing, it's not broadcasting at all. So, problem one identified. That's fine. Right there. Right there. Okay, so now you're both broadcast. So we are getting a panic on peroxide. Oh, we're almost out of drill heads. Ooh, is problem, yes. Is problem where? I know I import drill heads from the south. No, it's problem over. No, we have plenty of drill heads. I guess we just have none that we make normally. Alright, don't pay attention to that. And so you should be panicking on oleochemicals. But you are not. Why is that? Because you are not latched. I'm betting I had... Yeah, because you're not on green. Now you're latched on oleochemicals, and now... Oh man, I messed this up. I copied just the tanks and not the... Um, not the equipment at some point. Well, we're just going to go through the motions right here. So I don't feel intelligent enough to debug this right now, but this is definitely wrong. It's like this should be getting a red in, I guess. Like that. They changed the tanks, you see. Something's different with the tanks. The North Factory's coming to life. You can tell. That's not supposed to be like that. Yeah, I don't get it. So you're outputting oleochemicals and then it's latched on oleochemicals. That's what that does. So if I break this, yes, now you output. Alright, there I fixed that. So that's wired correctly. Now where's the other one I was doing to go to? Wax. It's in this line, right? I really wish stuff would stop blowing up. I need to be able to concentrate. I cannot think of what I'm doing when everything's exploding all around me. Alright, so this is a couple problems, right? It's one problem and that's one problem. We are not experiencing a wax shortage. None at all. Nope, nope. It's just fine. That's fine. That latches on wax. Yeah. We're still outputting overflow on grease, which is correct because grease doesn't have a vent on it. And it doesn't need to have a vent on it. Alright, so this is progress. We did from here straight down today, and tomorrow we'll do all this, so another 3 days. This and this will be reserved for the next upgrades, sintering, and then the other thing, like reduction and then sintering, whatever. Hopefully I can get that all done in these 2 blocks. I should really look ahead at that. Or else I am going to be in, well, I can always pick all of this up and move it farther south. It would be hideous to do that, but I will. Like, I'm not going to build below all this. I hope I'm not. Um, Alright, let's go see if we can get 4 more flots. And if not, we're going to break for the day. So, perfect. Come on. Oh, we do have 4 flots. It's interesting. And here, take this salt. Make it go away. So, one last act. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. Zip, zip. This is nice. This is improvement. My life is better. So, next episode, wire it up all the way to the forges. Add in water, double check everything, and then watch it run. Feel a brief, fleeting sense of satisfaction. A moment of peace, which is quickly gone. And then replaced by yet another thing that must be done. Like so, forever. Alright, zoom. I think probably this, right? This zoom level is very fiddly compared to the last ones. Maybe that if I'm lucky. Alright, I'll test it. Anyway, print screen right now. Welcome to recap. What did I do today? Well, today I just suffered through the entire rest of doing this. And now we should be pretty much done with copper processing, just as we are done with iron processing. We took it from copper solution, we built the proper amount of acid solvent, and then we just did all of this processing stack. It's much easier than the iron stack, but there's a lot of it, as you can see. I wish it was so much smaller. I wish at least I could fit it into this much. But it's more or less exactly the same size as the iron stack, which is just completely and utterly remarkable to me. But anyway, tomorrow we finish off with the forges right here, and then that's it. We have to do artillery day because the pollution from the working north factory is now irritating all the bugs. So I have to go out there and push basically everything forward. Like this all has to come forward a step. This all has to go up a step. Down here, this has to go out a step at the south factory. There's a lot to be done. The only places where I'm not having a problem are over here and over here. So it's going to be a full artillery day. I don't think I can stick that in at the end of a day. It's going to be a lot to do. But for right now, I think I am finished. So thank you very much everyone for watching. See you all next time. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.